Money is not simply physical, coins or paper bills, but energetic, a flowing current of infinite potential. You are about to rediscover that true wealth never flows from external striving, but from internal alignment. The wealth frequency. Money is energy. The secret you hold in your hands now has the power to transform not just your finances, but the very essence of who you are. Imagine abundance flowing through you as effortlessly as breath. Envision money as a harmonious frequency that you naturally tune into. This audiobook invites you into a life where you cease chasing and begin attracting, where struggle gives way to effortless prosperity, and where you finally remember who and what you truly are, a divine conductor of infinite wealth. Your path to profound prosperity begins right here, in this moment of recognition. Let the ancient wisdom that has waited patiently for your awakening now carry you into the life of limitless abundance that has always been yours. Chapter 1. The Invisible Currency. Long before money existed in its familiar forms, coins, notes, or digital numbers on a screen, it flowed freely as an invisible energy. Ancient traditions whispered this truth. Wealth is not something we create, it is something we tap into, align with, and channel. Money, at its purest, is a boundless energy, a current that responds directly to your consciousness. Understanding this transforms everything you thought you knew about abundance. Consider the story of Eleanor, a woman who tended a small herb and spice shop in a lively yet humble market. Each morning, she counted the few coins earned from the previous day's sales, feeling trapped by her seemingly limited financial reality. For Eleanor, money was physical, scarce, and frustratingly beyond her control, until the day an aged traveler arrived at her doorstep. She greeted him with a habitual question. "What do you sell?" The old man smiled gently, replying, "Nothing you can touch, yet everything you can imagine." Intrigued, Eleanor listened as the traveler revealed a profound insight. Money is not solid but fluid, not physical but energetic, as limitless as air and as responsive as water. He explained that the coins she held were merely physical vessels, temporary containers for this endless current of abundance that flows through the universe. "It's not effort," he whispered, "but alignment that draws wealth." That evening, Eleanor stood silently in her shop, contemplating the traveler's wisdom. She realized she had been blocking her own prosperity, restricting the energetic flow by fixating on scarcity and lack. In a single breath, she chose to see differently, to feel differently. From that day forward, she stopped counting coins anxiously and instead started feeling abundant, focusing her awareness on the infinite energy that surrounded her. Within weeks, without any change in her physical efforts, Eleanor's shop flourished. Customers seemed magnetically drawn to her, sensing something intangible yet irresistible. Then there was Harold, a humble mail carrier whose cheerful whistle brightened every street he walked. Despite earning only a modest income, Harold's spirit radiated genuine abundance. To him, wealth was already everywhere, in the morning sun, children's laughter, and even the crisp breeze. His vibrational state resonated with joy, contentment, and gratitude. One day, Harold delivered a letter that informed him of a substantial inheritance. Yet, those who knew Harold noticed little difference after his newfound fortune. He had carried the essence of wealth within him long before it ever reached his bank account. Both Eleanor and Harold discovered the invisible currency that sages have known for ages. Money responds to the energy you embody. It mirrors your inner frequency. If you project scarcity, lack persists. If you radiate abundance, prosperity naturally returns to you. Visualizing abundance as golden streams of light. Now, it's your turn to connect with this ancient truth. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and relax your shoulders. Picture money not as physical notes or coins, but as golden streams of radiant energy flowing effortlessly toward you from every direction. Feel this energy gently entering your space, illuminating you, filling every cell with ease, confidence, and a deep sense of abundance. Allow yourself to experience this energetic wealth, pouring into your hands, your heart, your entire being. Understand that you are not creating abundance. You are simply aligning yourself with it. Remain in this visualization until you genuinely feel wealthy from within, knowing deeply that abundance is your natural state. As you open your eyes, carry this energetic awareness forward into your day. You are now tuned into the invisible currency that has always been yours to claim. Chapter 2. Breaking the Spell of Scarcity. In the last chapter, you uncovered the invisible currency that money truly is, an endless, energetic flow that responds directly to your consciousness. You saw through the transformative journeys of Eleanor and Harold that true prosperity begins not with outward effort, but with inward alignment. Now, to fully align with this infinite abundance, you must first release the hidden blocks that hold it back, the inherited patterns of scarcity handed down through generations. Deep in our subconscious, many of us carry unspoken agreements and silent loyalties to the beliefs of our ancestors. Often these beliefs arise from stories we've never consciously chosen, yet they profoundly shape our experience. These ancestral beliefs, such as money is hard-earned, there's never enough, or wealth is only for others, create invisible barriers that repel abundance. To reclaim your natural prosperity, you must first break these spells. Consider Frank, a skilled craftsman who meticulously created beautiful leather shoes in a small workshop at the edge of town. Though he poured love and mastery into each creation, customers seemed few and far between. Frank often murmured the words his father repeated nightly, "Nothing comes easy. We must suffer for our keep." These words, etched deeply into his heart, kept his business stagnant, binding him in an invisible prison of struggle passed down through generations. Similarly, Ruth, a gifted weaver, lived constrained by her family's mantra. People like us don't get ahead. Be grateful for what little you have. She unknowingly embraced this limiting story, believing that prosperity was out of her reach, reserved only for others. She dimmed her own brilliance, accepting limitation as her natural state, until one autumn morning changed everything. As Ruth watched golden leaves twirl freely in the wind, an insight stirred within her. She realized those limiting thoughts were not truly hers. They were echoes from a fearful past. With determination, she stopped repeating her family's inherited scarcity stories, choosing instead to recognize abundance as her birthright. Within weeks, Ruth's tapestry designs attracted the attention of wealthy patrons, transforming her financial reality beyond what she had ever imagined. What Frank and Ruth both experienced is an ancient truth known to the sages of the past. Scarcity is not your inherent nature but a borrowed garment, a temporary illusion that you can shed. The moment you become conscious of these inherited patterns, you gain the power to dissolve them. Recognizing that they were never truly yours breaks their spell instantly, returning you to the limitless flow of abundance that is your true essence. Like Eleanor from the previous chapter, who learned to view money as energy, Ruth and Frank realized that their ancestral beliefs were blocking the flow of prosperity. By consciously choosing new beliefs, aligned with abundance, they allowed wealth to enter their lives effortlessly, mirroring their internal transformations. Ritual of dissolving scarcity threads. Take some time today to participate in this powerful ritual. Find a quiet, comfortable place and bring a notebook or piece of paper. Write down 5 scarcity beliefs or limiting financial patterns that have echoed through your family line. Reflect honestly and compassionately, noticing which statements trigger feelings of restriction, lack, or anxiety. Once you've clearly identified these scarcity threads, close your eyes and visualize each belief as a dark, heavy thread woven around you. Feel the constriction of each inherited belief. Now, one by one, gather these threads gently in your mind's eye. Imagine a brilliant golden flame, representing pure abundance, prosperity, and the infinite energy discussed in Chapter 1, appearing before you. With intention and reverence, toss each scarcity thread into this sacred fire. Watch as they dissolve into golden particles of pure potential energy, returning to the universe in their natural, boundless form. As each thread is dissolved, feel yourself becoming lighter and more expansive. Notice how your energy field opens, now unrestricted and free to resonate clearly with prosperity. Affirm silently or aloud. These scarcity beliefs are not mine. I release them fully, here and now. I return them to pure, limitless energy. As you close this practice, sit quietly for a moment in gratitude, recognizing your brave and conscious choice to reclaim your birthright of abundance. The energetic shift created by this practice sets in motion new, prosperous experiences, drawing to you opportunities and wealth that now effortlessly align with your liberated consciousness. Chapter 3. Aligning with the flow of abundance. So far, you've recognized money as an invisible, boundless energy and liberated yourself from ancestral patterns of scarcity. With these obstacles removed, you're now ready to align consciously with the infinite flow of abundance itself. This chapter will teach you the sacred principle known as the law of divine circulation, empowering you to master prosperity as naturally as breathing in and breathing out. Consider Clara, a young woman tending sheep in the rolling hills beyond her village. One sweltering afternoon, she stumbled upon an ancient stone well hidden among wildflowers. Curious, she peered into its clear, crystalline depths. Fascinated, she discovered the well responded directly to her emotions. When her heart overflowed with gratitude, the water surged abundantly. But as fear or doubt entered her mind, the flow dwindled to a trickle. Clara intuitively realized the universe mirrors our inner state. Like the well, abundance flows effortlessly to us when we align with gratitude, openness, and trust. Yet the moment we grasp or cling desperately, we obstruct this divine flow. Walter, a wealthy merchant from Clara's Valley, experienced this same universal law, albeit through a more challenging lesson. Driven by anxiety, Walter spent his nights obsessively counting coins, determined to control and safeguard every penny. Ironically, the harder he clung, the faster his fortune seemed to slip through his fingers, lost to misfortunes, bad investments, and unfortunate circumstance. Only when illness forced Walter into surrender did he finally experience the paradoxical nature of abundance. Too weak to maintain his usual grip on control, Walter entrusted his business entirely to those around him. To his astonishment, under their care, and without his tight-fisted interference, his wealth grew far beyond its former limits. By surrendering to the flow, Walter learned firsthand what Clara had intuitively grasped. Abundance expands not through forceful control, but through trustful allowing. This divine law of circulation teaches you that prosperity operates in a continuous, harmonious exchange, much like the natural rhythms of breath or the changing tides. Wealth in its purest form seeks constant movement, flowing inward through receiving and outward through giving. When you accept abundance openly, without guilt or hesitation, you honor this sacred rhythm. Similarly, when you give freely, joyfully, and without attachment, you align with the infinite cycle of universal generosity. Giving and receiving thus become sacred acts, integral to one another, bound together in divine circulation. Recall Ruth's newfound prosperity from Chapter 2, which multiplied when she released old scarcity beliefs, allowing her talents to bless others. She intuitively tapped into this sacred circulation, embracing the truth that abundance grows when shared. By consciously practicing both giving and receiving, you become a conduit through which abundance naturally flows. Rather than chasing wealth, you invite it into your life simply by participating in its circulation, trusting that what you give freely always returns to you multiplied. Daily intentional giving ritual. Begin each day by consciously choosing an act of intentional giving. This doesn't have to involve money. It can include your time, energy, encouragement, knowledge, or kindness. As you give, remind yourself you are participating in a divine cycle that sustains all creation. Perhaps you buy coffee for a stranger, share a skill freely, or offer your presence to someone needing emotional support. Perform this act from a genuine place of joy and generosity, without expectation or attachment to outcome. As you give, Visualize your gift creating ripples of abundance that extend far beyond your immediate perception, touching countless lives and eventually returning to you amplified. Affirm quietly, "As I give freely, I trust fully. Abundance circulates through me, returning multiplied in divine timing." Close your day by briefly journaling your experience, noting any unexpected blessings or feelings of alignment. Over time, you'll notice your daily intentional giving ritual magnetically draws abundance, as you harmonize ever more deeply with the infinite flow of prosperity. Chapter 4. Activating your magnetic mind. In the last chapter, we explored how aligning with the divine circulation of abundance opens a powerful stream of wealth into your life. You've learned to harmonize giving and receiving as sacred acts, becoming a conscious conduit for prosperity. Now, you'll discover how to intentionally harness the remarkable power of your mind to magnetize financial abundance into your reality. The sages have always known, your mind is a magnetic force, constantly broadcasting signals that attract or repel abundance based on your inner state. Each thought, feeling, and belief carries a vibrational frequency, an energetic blueprint that shapes your financial circumstances. By becoming aware of this energetic signature, you reclaim the power to shape your own wealth consciously and deliberately. Let's begin with Dorothy's story. Dorothy, a retired pianist living modestly in an apartment overlooking a peaceful city park, had discovered the transformative power of affirmations. Each morning, as sunlight streamed through her window, she would sit quietly and repeat words that affirmed abundance. "I am a magnet for prosperity. Wealth flows to me naturally and effortlessly. I deserve abundance in all its beautiful forms." Initially, these declarations felt strange, like unfamiliar melodies on her tongue. But Dorothy knew from decades of performing music that practice makes any tune familiar, even beautiful. Each day, her affirmations became stronger, clearer, and more resonant. Slowly, but surely, Dorothy's affirmations began reshaping her financial reality. Opportunities for teaching piano lessons arose unexpectedly. Invitations to speak about music's power appeared, and small investments matured far beyond expectation. By deliberately attuning her thoughts to prosperity, Dorothy activated the magnetic power of her mind, effortlessly attracting abundance. Similarly, consider Eugene's experience. Eugene, a shopkeeper in the bustling marketplace, spent years trapped in a mental loop of worry and scarcity. His anxious thoughts formed an invisible barrier around his shop, repelling customers and blocking opportunities. Day after day, Eugene repeated internal mantras like, "There's never enough," and "Business is always slow." Unknowingly, he was broadcasting these negative beliefs into the universe, which mirrored back precisely what he feared. Everything changed when Eugene's friend introduced him to a simple practice, shifting his internal dialogue. At first skeptical, Eugene began replacing his habitual worries with new affirmations. "My shop attracts the perfect customers. Money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am worthy of abundant success." As Eugene repeated these affirmations, his mental magnetism shifted dramatically. Within weeks, he noticed a transformation. Customers increased, bills became easier to manage, and a prime location for expansion became available at an unusually affordable price. Eugene had changed nothing externally, but by reshaping his inner narrative, he dramatically altered the energy he projected, and thus attracted a new reality. These stories from Dorothy and Eugene illustrate a profound truth you first glimpsed in Chapter 1. Money, as energy, responds directly to your dominant mental and emotional states. Like a powerful broadcast signal, your inner thoughts and feelings continuously draw toward you experiences that match your deepest beliefs. If you resonate with scarcity, the universe responds with limitation. If you radiate abundance, prosperity flows toward you effortlessly. Your magnetic mind, therefore, becomes your most potent tool for attracting wealth. By consciously directing your mental broadcasts, replacing fear, doubt, and worry with gratitude, certainty, and expectancy, you create an energetic blueprint of prosperity that the universe cannot ignore. Practice, affirmation, and visualization exercises. To fully activate your magnetic mind, engage in this daily affirmation and visualization practice. Morning Affirmation Ritual. Begin each day by standing or sitting in front of a mirror. Meet your reflection's gaze warmly, placing your hand on your heart. Repeat aloud 3 powerful affirmations of abundance, such as, I effortlessly attract wealth into my life. Money flows freely and abundantly to me. I am deeply deserving of prosperity. Visualization of abundant reality. Immediately after affirmations, close your eyes and visualize yourself surrounded by streams of golden light, representing infinite wealth flowing toward you. Feel genuine joy, gratitude, and confidence as you imagine your ideal financial circumstances, perhaps a thriving business, freedom to travel, a new home, or generous contributions to others. Hold this vision clearly in your mind for several minutes, allowing the emotions of prosperity to infuse your entire being. Evening reinforcement. Before sleep, revisit your morning visualization briefly. Mentally repeat your affirmations, allowing your subconscious to integrate these prosperous truths overnight. This practice, consistently applied, strengthens your mental magnetism, aligning your energetic signature with abundance. Remember, you possess the extraordinary power to attract wealth not by force, but simply by attuning your thoughts and feelings to the frequency of prosperity. Chapter 5. Desire as your divine compass. In the previous chapter, you learned how to harness the power of your mind to magnetize abundance into your life. Through affirmations and visualization, you've begun to reshape your internal landscape, aligning your thoughts and feelings with the frequency of prosperity. Now, we journey deeper into the sacred territory of desire. Society often teaches that desires are to be restrained, hidden, or even feared. Many grow up believing that wanting more is selfish or misguided. Yet, the ancient masters understood a deeper truth. Your desires are not random whims. They are sacred signals from your soul, guiding you toward your highest path and purpose. Let's begin with the story of Agnes, a devoted mother living on the outskirts of a bustling town. Each dawn, as sunlight softly illuminated her humble cottage, Agnes would quietly dream. She envisioned a life filled with ease and abundance, where her 6 children had everything their hearts desired. But each time her dreams took shape, Agnes pushed them away, believing such thoughts were selfish or unrealistic. Yet, one morning, as she watched the golden sunrise color the sky, Agnes felt something shift. She recognized a gentle truth that had long awaited her acknowledgement. Her desires were not selfish fantasies. They were divine instructions, guiding her toward a life where she and her children could flourish. As Agnes finally allowed herself to embrace her desires openly, a remarkable transformation unfolded. Opportunities to enhance her family's prosperity appeared as if the universe itself was responding directly to her permission. Agnes learned that when she honored her deepest wishes without shame or hesitation, she aligned herself with the very purpose the universe intended for her. Similarly, Earl, a humble gardener in a nearby village, felt a persistent longing to explore the healing power of herbs. At first, Earl dismissed his desire as impractical, a mere distraction from his daily routine. But the desire persisted, whispering gently yet insistently in moments of quiet contemplation. One day, Earl finally surrendered, deciding to follow this inner guidance. His exploration of herbal medicine swiftly evolved into profound knowledge, and eventually, he established a healing center that drew seekers from far and wide, bringing him unprecedented prosperity. Earl's life flourished precisely because he had chosen to honor his deepest desires, allowing them to guide him toward his true purpose. Agnes and Earl's experiences illuminate an eternal truth that links directly back to Chapter 1's invisible currency of abundance. Your desires are not obstacles to spiritual growth, they are your divine compass. When you fully acknowledge and honor these heartfelt longings, you attune yourself to the infinite intelligence that orchestrates abundance. Instead of pushing your desires away out of fear or guilt, you're invited to embrace them as sacred messages, divinely placed within you for your soul's highest expansion. Your desires contain within them seeds of possibility. They are not burdens or temptations, but powerful signposts pointing toward the life you are meant to live. By aligning your desires with spiritual purpose, you begin to effortlessly attract opportunities, experiences, and resources that support your highest potential. As you continue along this journey, always remember that your longing for wealth, abundance, joy, and fulfillment is sacred. Prosperity, in its truest form, is an integral part of your spiritual evolution. Allow yourself the freedom to want deeply and openly, trusting that your heart's truest desires are guiding you precisely toward the path the universe has laid before you. Sacred acknowledgement of desires. To honor your desires as the sacred signals they truly are, commit to the following ritual. Sacred space. Find a quiet, undisturbed place and create an atmosphere of reverence. Perhaps light a candle, burn incense, or play soft, meditative music. Heart-centered reflection. Place your hand gently on your heart, close your eyes, and take several deep breaths, grounding yourself in the present moment. Desire as a compass. Allow yourself to deeply feel and acknowledge your most authentic desires without judgment or resistance. Ask yourself clearly, what do I truly long for? What desires stir my soul and excite my spirit? Give yourself permission to feel the joy, excitement, and warmth these desires evoke within you. Affirmation and acceptance. With sincerity and conviction, speak aloud. My desires are sacred, guiding me toward my highest path. I fully honor and embrace them. Visualize your desires clearly, seeing them as guiding lights, illuminating the path of your spiritual and material growth. Closing gratitude. End your practice by offering sincere thanks to the universe for placing these desires within you, recognizing them as divine invitations toward your true purpose. By regularly engaging in this practice, you'll cultivate a powerful harmony between your deepest longings and your spiritual purpose. You'll begin attracting abundance naturally and effortlessly as you embrace the divine wisdom of your desires. Chapter 6. Emotion as the Currency of Creation. In Chapter 5, you learned that your desires are sacred guides, gently steering you toward your highest path and purpose. By embracing these desires without judgment or fear, you've begun aligning with the universal flow of abundance. Now, we journey deeper into the subtle yet powerful realm of emotion, the true currency that shapes your financial and spiritual reality. In the quiet village of Willow Creek lived Gilbert, a gentle gardener whose heart had grown heavy after losing his beloved wife. Grief, like winter frost, had settled deeply within him, freezing his life into stagnation. For months, Gilbert's days were marked by emptiness and longing, his once abundant garden becoming a reflection of his inner world, dry, brittle, and bare. One crisp autumn morning, however, Gilbert noticed the golden leaves dancing on the wind, radiant and alive despite the approaching winter. Stirred by their simple beauty, he whispered softly to himself, "Thank you." This single moment of gratitude, small yet profound, marked the beginning of his transformation. With each passing day, Gilbert intentionally practiced thankfulness, not just for the obvious blessings, but for every detail of life that touched his heart. Gradually, something shifted. His garden began to flourish again, as if responding directly to his emotional awakening. His neighbors returned to purchase his abundant crops, and new opportunities blossomed effortlessly. Gilbert discovered an eternal truth. Gratitude is a potent currency, opening the channels through which abundance naturally flows. Similarly powerful was Opal's experience, a seamstress whose modest shop sat quietly at the edge of a bustling market. Although her life appeared simple, Opal's spirit radiated joy with every stitch. While working, she hummed gently, smiling warmly at every passerby. Without her realizing it, her joy created an energetic field so inviting that soon her shop overflowed, not just with loyal customers, but also with unexpected prosperity. Friends and neighbors found themselves irresistibly drawn to Opal's uplifting presence, and abundance followed as naturally as morning follows night. What Gilbert's gratitude and Opal's joy both illustrate is a truth as ancient as the universe itself. Your emotions are not passive reactions to life's circumstances. They are active currencies of creation, directly influencing the reality you experience. When you consciously cultivate states of joy, gratitude, and peace, you become a powerful magnet, effortlessly attracting prosperity into your life. Your emotional frequency dictates your experiences far more than your physical actions or efforts alone. Two people performing the exact same task with equal skill and dedication can experience vastly different outcomes. Why? Because their underlying emotional states differ. One might approach the task with fear, doubt, or resentment, attracting struggle and resistance. The other approaches with joy, peace, and gratitude, magnetizing ease and abundance. Think of your emotions as energetic investments. Joy compounds exponentially, gratitude multiplies blessings, and peace creates a powerful foundation for lasting prosperity. Conversely, worry, fear, and doubt act as energetic withdrawals, draining your inner reservoir and attracting corresponding scarcity. When you intentionally cultivate positive emotional states, you align yourself with the universal flow of abundance described in Chapter 3, the divine circulation that naturally moves toward openness, joy, and heartfelt generosity. Each moment spent in genuine gratitude or authentic joy creates ripples in the universal energetic field, drawing prosperity effortlessly toward you. Emotional Mastery Exercise. To actively use emotion as your currency of creation, engage in this daily practice. Morning Gratitude Ritual. Upon waking, pause before rising. Take 3 slow, deep breaths, placing your hand over your heart. Consciously bring to mind 3 things you're genuinely grateful for in this moment, big or small. Feel the warmth of this gratitude fill your heart and radiate throughout your body. Midday. Joy check-in. At midday, pause for 5 minutes to reconnect with joy. Close your eyes and bring to mind a memory or visualization that fills you with happiness, excitement, or laughter. Allow yourself to genuinely experience this emotion, smiling and breathing deeply. Affirm aloud, "My joy attracts abundance effortlessly." Evening Peace Reflection. Before bed, reflect on your day, acknowledging moments of peace and ease. Feel gratitude for any instance where you chose calmness and trust over worry or stress. Affirm quietly, "Peace is my natural state, and abundance flows freely to me." By consciously practicing emotional mastery, you become an intentional creator of your reality, utilizing the powerful currencies of joy, gratitude, and peace to effortlessly attract wealth into your life. As you move forward into the next chapter, you'll deepen your understanding of how to become an active participant in co-creating your financial destiny with the universe, unlocking the extraordinary abundance that awaits your recognition. Chapter 7. Tuning your spirit to wealth. In Chapter 6, you learned that your emotions are powerful creators, capable of effortlessly attracting abundance through joy, gratitude, and peace. Building upon this wisdom, Chapter 7 invites you to fine-tune your inner frequency, becoming energetically resonant with prosperity itself. In the heart of a bustling city, Leonard played piano nightly at a small jazz club. Though technically skilled, Leonard's music had lost its spirit, echoing his inner anxieties about money and survival. Each note he struck was perfect in form, but hollow in feeling, burdened by worry about his next rent payment or overdue bill. As days passed, his fears only multiplied, and opportunities dwindled, matching precisely the vibrations he unknowingly broadcast into the universe. One evening, Leonard arrived at the piano, weary from a sleepless night and exhausted by his relentless anxiety. As he sat in front of the keys, something inside him gently whispered, "Just play from love." In that quiet, vulnerable moment, Leonard surrendered control, releasing his worries to the music. His fingers moved freely, guided not by fear but by joy, passion, and heartfelt gratitude. A palpable shift filled the room. The audience leaned in, mesmerized by the depth and authenticity of his performance. Miraculously, this energetic shift didn't stop at his piano bench. Within days, Leonard found himself invited to private performances and lucrative opportunities that once seemed impossibly distant. Prosperity flowed effortlessly, drawn not by his struggle, but by the harmonious vibration he now emitted. Leonard had discovered that abundance flows most powerfully toward those who embody the energetic frequency of wealth, an energy rooted deeply in joy, ease, and genuine love. Across town, Doris embarked on a similar journey. After years of financial struggle, Doris realized her actions alone were insufficient to attract prosperity. Inspired by the wisdom you've explored in earlier chapters, particularly the understanding that money is energetic and responds directly to your inner state, she began a 30-day experiment. She committed fully to embodying the energetic frequency of wealth in her daily habits, regardless of her external circumstances. Each morning, Doris would awaken early, dressing with dignity, holding herself with the quiet confidence of someone deeply connected to abundance. She spoke of money gently, without resentment or desperation, consciously cultivating gratitude for every financial interaction, no matter how small. Within weeks, her world responded to her new resonance. Unexpected promotions appeared, debts were cleared seemingly overnight, and opportunities unfolded with graceful precision. Doris had learned the profound truth Leonard had discovered in his music. Abundance is attracted, not pursued. Wealth comes effortlessly to those whose inner vibration harmonizes with prosperity. These experiences offer an essential lesson. Abundance is less about effort and more about alignment. Just as tuning a musical instrument allows beautiful music to flow, tuning your spirit to wealth aligns you with the universal frequencies that naturally attract prosperity. When you harmonize with abundance energetically, the physical manifestations appear effortlessly, like reflections perfectly matched to your inner state. To consistently maintain this alignment, it's essential to integrate daily habits that reinforce your prosperity frequency. Wealth frequency routine. Implement the following 3-step daily routine to become a powerful magnet for prosperity. Morning alignment, 5 minutes. Stand or sit comfortably. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Imagine a golden stream of prosperity energy flowing into your body, filling every cell. Feel abundant, confident, and at ease. Affirm aloud, "Today I am perfectly aligned with wealth. Prosperity flows effortlessly into my life." Midday recalibration, 3 minutes. Pause midday, gently close your eyes, and place your hand on your heart. Recall a moment or imagine a scene where wealth and ease surround you. Feel it deeply, savoring the emotions of peace, gratitude, and joy. Affirm quietly, "I resonate with prosperity. My energy effortlessly attracts abundance." Evening reflection, 5 minutes. Before sleep, sit quietly and reflect on how you maintained your energetic alignment today. Appreciate every evidence of abundance, no matter how subtle. Express gratitude by affirming softly, "I am deeply thankful for all forms of prosperity in my life. My wealth frequency strengthens every day." By consistently practicing these rituals, you energetically embody the frequency of prosperity. Like Leonard's heartfelt music and Doris's deliberate alignment, your commitment to energetic resonance becomes a beacon, effortlessly drawing abundance into every area of your life. In Chapter 8, we will explore how to activate your power as a conscious creator, leveraging the universal principles you've discovered thus far to manifest tangible prosperity through clear, intentional actions. Chapter 8. Instant Manifestation and the Sacred Cycle. In the previous chapter, you learned the powerful art of energetically tuning yourself to wealth, understanding that abundance effortlessly flows when your inner vibration aligns harmoniously with prosperity. Now, in Chapter 8, we dive deeper, uncovering how clear intentions combined with emotional alignment can accelerate manifestations, turning desires into reality swiftly and gracefully. High in the mountains, where silence was profound and clarity was abundant, lived a monk named Otis. Otis had dedicated himself to a path of contemplation, meditation, and inner mastery, discovering that manifestation, like all universal laws, operates at the speed of emotional and energetic clarity, rather than by linear notions of time. Every morning, Otis sat silently, envisioning the abundance he sought for his monastery. He didn't plead or hope. He clearly and calmly saw his desires as already complete. His heart vibrated with pure gratitude, his emotions perfectly aligned with the reality he envisioned. Remarkably, Otis soon experienced tangible evidence of instant manifestation. Within mere days of starting this practice, supplies he had envisioned appeared spontaneously at the monastery doors. Donations arrived unprompted, resources emerged from seemingly nowhere, and the needs of the community were effortlessly met. Otis's quiet mountain retreat thrived, revealing that when you maintain unwavering clarity and emotional alignment, your desires flow rapidly into physical form. At the ocean's edge, Virginia experienced the same profound lesson. Each morning, she walked along the shoreline, whispering heartfelt gratitude, not merely for what she already had, but also for what she trusted was coming. She felt genuine joy and peace, experiencing emotionally what she knew to be true spiritually. Virginia's greatest desire was to attend a spiritual retreat to deepen her connection and understanding of universal wisdom. She didn't know how or when it would happen, yet she trusted fully in the sacred cycle of manifestation. Within just 3 short weeks, Virginia received news that an anonymous benefactor had generously funded her attendance at the retreat, including travel and lodging expenses. For Virginia, this manifestation arrived with astonishing speed because her emotional alignment was pure and clear. Her gratitude had removed resistance, dissolving time barriers, and the universe responded immediately. These profound examples teach an essential truth. Manifestation is not limited by time. It unfolds at the precise speed of your energetic and emotional clarity. When you align your feelings and thoughts with absolute conviction, reality reshapes itself instantly in response. Yet, there is another dimension to this sacred wisdom: understanding and honoring the rhythmic cycles of manifestation. Alma, an artist known for the exquisite beauty of her paintings, understood this deeply. Each creation of hers followed a natural rhythm of intention setting, emotional nurturing, inspired action, and gentle surrender to universal timing. Alma knew that every desire has its own perfect rhythm and timing, just like a seed planted in fertile soil. Some intentions bloom quickly, while others require a season of nurturing. But when you honor this natural cycle, manifestations become inevitable and effortless. Bert, a talented carpenter, discovered this lesson profoundly through his craft. After years of struggling, pushing, and forcing results, Bert noticed how wood itself responded best to gentle, rhythmic attention. Rather than demanding immediate outcomes, he learned to work harmoniously with the wood's grain and natural timing. Soon, his creations improved dramatically, attracting attention and prosperity without struggle or stress. Bert had learned that honoring the sacred cycle of creation accelerates, rather than delays, the fulfillment of your desires. Otis, Virginia, Alma, and Bert each reveal a vital component of instant and effortless manifestation: clear intention combined with emotional alignment and rhythmic harmony. When you set clear, intentional desires and align them emotionally with your inner truth, your manifestations accelerate powerfully. Yet equally important is honoring the rhythmic cycle inherent in all creation. By balancing clarity, emotional alignment, action, and surrender, you unlock miraculous possibilities, manifesting abundance in ways that defy ordinary understanding. Miracle List and Rhythmic Alignment Exercises. Miracle List. Immediate practice. Take a fresh sheet of paper and list 10 heartfelt desires. Write each clearly and succinctly, using present tense as though each is already fulfilled. Next to each desire, write the affirmation: "It already is. Thank you." Spend a moment emotionally experiencing the fulfillment of each desire, savoring feelings of joy, gratitude, and completion. Trust deeply that these miracles already exist in energetic form. Rhythmic Alignment Exercise, Daily Ritual. Each morning, sit quietly for 5 minutes and ask yourself, where am I in my manifestation cycle today? Am I visualizing, feeling, acting, or surrendering? Respect the intuitive guidance you receive and follow through accordingly. Visualizing. Clearly envision your desire in detail. Feeling. Immerse yourself deeply in the emotions of fulfillment. acting. Take a small inspired step that supports your vision. Surrendering. Consciously let go, trusting universal timing completely. By consciously and consistently integrating these practices, you harmonize effortlessly with the sacred rhythms of abundance, inviting miracles to manifest swiftly, naturally, and joyfully. In Chapter 9, you will deepen this wisdom further, learning to dissolve your final barriers to receiving abundance, fully embracing your worthiness to live the prosperous life your soul has always known. Chapter 9. Money as Sacred Service. In Chapter 8, you uncovered the profound truth of instant manifestation and how aligning clear intentions with powerful emotional clarity accelerates the manifestation of abundance. Now, in Chapter 9, we delve even deeper, revealing how prosperity truly flourishes when you embrace money as a sacred channel for greater purpose. Money, at its highest vibration, is a form of sacred service. It is not merely an end goal to pursue, but a powerful means through which you can express your soul's purpose and make meaningful contributions to the world around you. When your financial prosperity is intentionally directed toward service, it multiplies exponentially, rippling outward in ways more beautiful and impactful than you may have ever imagined. Consider Lena, a retired teacher whose greatest joy was nurturing young minds. Lena never thought about becoming wealthy. Her heart simply yearned to teach and inspire. After retirement, she chose to open her garden to neighborhood children, sharing lessons about nature, creativity, and kindness. Her small gatherings soon drew larger groups, and eventually, the community began actively supporting Lena's vision, contributing resources and funding for workshops and educational programs. What began as an act of service grew into an abundant flow of prosperity that enabled Lena to expand her reach beyond what she initially dreamed possible. Lena's story illustrates a powerful principle. When you anchor your financial abundance in heartfelt service, the universe naturally amplifies your efforts, creating greater prosperity and meaningful impact. Lena's prosperity was never the goal. It was a natural, abundant byproduct of aligning her purpose with her heart's true calling. Nancy, an accomplished artist, discovered a similar path. Throughout her career, Nancy achieved substantial financial success, but she felt something vital was missing, a deeper meaning to her wealth. One evening, inspired by a quiet inner voice, Nancy decided to fund an art studio for young, aspiring artists in her community. This simple act, rooted in purpose and generosity, created powerful ripple effects. Young artists found hope, inspiration, and opportunity, leading many of them to create their own pathways of success and service. Nancy's single act of purposeful giving expanded far beyond her personal circle, proving that wealth given purpose transforms into abundance that continually nourishes and uplifts the lives it touches. Both Lena and Nancy exemplify the true essence of financial abundance, not accumulation for its own sake, but abundance that serves a higher good. Your prosperity becomes sacred when you give it clear and conscious direction. As you infuse your financial goals with meaningful intention, the universe responds swiftly, joyfully multiplying your prosperity to match the clarity and purity of your service-driven heart. Reflect deeply. How might your abundance serve a greater purpose? Perhaps your heart longs to create opportunities for education, to support healing practices, or to nurture creative expression. When your wealth aligns with genuine acts of sacred service, the universe moves mountains to support you. The financial resources you require will flow toward you effortlessly, magnetically attracted by your clarity of purpose. Writing your wealth purpose statement. Now is the time to clearly define how your prosperity will serve a larger, sacred purpose. Find a quiet, comfortable place. Light a candle if you wish, symbolizing clarity and illumination. Take several slow, deep breaths, centering your awareness in your heart. Write clearly at the top of a fresh journal page. My abundance serves. Allow your heart to guide your pen. Write freely and openly, describing in detail how your financial prosperity will positively impact the lives of others and contribute meaningfully to the world. Include both personal aspirations and broader visions for collective benefit. Here's an example. My abundance serves by empowering young people to pursue their dreams fearlessly. It supports scholarships, creative arts education, and mentorship programs. My prosperity provides resources to uplift those who seek to transform their communities. With my wealth, I become a channel for joy, creativity, and boundless opportunity, creating lasting ripples of positive change in the world. As you craft your wealth purpose statement, feel the truth of your words deeply. Recognize that you are not merely wishing for this prosperity. You are already energetically aligning with it, actively inviting its swift manifestation into your experience. In the upcoming chapter, our journey culminates in the most powerful realization yet. You will learn to embrace and embody your inherent worthiness, unlocking the final gate to limitless abundance. You will step fully into your identity as a conduit for universal prosperity, completing the circle that began the moment you opened this book. Chapter 10. You are the source. Throughout this journey, you've deepened your understanding of money not as mere physical currency, but as vibrant, responsive energy. You've discovered the invisible currents of abundance that flow through every moment, learned to break the spells of scarcity inherited from past generations, and mastered aligning with prosperity's sacred rhythms. Now, as you arrive at this culminating chapter, you reach the most powerful truth of all. You are the source. Abundance is not something separate from you, not something external you must chase. It is your very essence, your birthright, something already alive within your being, waiting only for your conscious recognition and permission to express fully. Realizing yourself as abundance incarnate is the ultimate key to a life of genuine and sustained prosperity. Consider Lloyd, whose story reveals the transformational power of this awakening. Lloyd spent years teaching others about the laws of abundance from the pulpit of his modest chapel, yet he himself struggled to embody the prosperity he preached. Secretly, he questioned his worthiness and held on to the subtle belief that abundance might flow for others, but never truly for him. One morning, while standing quietly in the sanctuary, the sunlight broke through stained glass windows in golden streams, illuminating him with warmth. In that moment, Lloyd felt a profound shift. He saw clearly for the first time. He was not merely a passive receiver of blessings, but the very expression of abundance itself. Abundance was not external to him. It was him, flowing through him and radiating outward in every direction. From that instant, Lloyd's life transformed effortlessly. Congregations grew, donations flowed abundantly, and opportunities to spread his message expanded exponentially. Lloyd did not change his strategy. He simply acknowledged the truth of who he was, the living embodiment of the abundance he once sought externally. Delilah, too, experienced a similar awakening. For decades, Delilah ran a charming but financially struggling bookstore, attributing her financial ups and downs to market conditions, luck, and external forces beyond her control. She believed money was a fickle companion, a force outside of herself, unpredictable and elusive. One quiet evening, as she lovingly arranged books on her shelves, Delilah paused. A deep knowing rose within her heart. Every moment of prosperity or struggle she had experienced was a direct reflection of her own inner beliefs about herself and her relationship with abundance. Her perception shifted dramatically as she realized, I am the source. Money doesn't come to me, it flows from me. This realization changed everything. Delilah no longer waited for external validation or luck. She consciously embodied her inner abundance, greeting each customer as an honored guest, and lovingly nurturing her shop as a sacred space. Almost immediately, new opportunities presented themselves effortlessly. Her bookstore became a beloved community gathering spot, prosperous and vibrant, reflecting the abundant energy she now fully embraced within herself. Both Lloyd and Delilah's awakenings point to this timeless truth. The greatest secret to abundance is knowing yourself as the very source of it. When you recognize that you are the conduit through which prosperity flows, abundance ceases to be something external, something to be sought after or earned. Instead, it becomes your natural state, effortlessly manifesting in every facet of your life. Now imagine fully embodying your golden life, the life you once dreamed existed only in the future, yet now recognize as available in this very moment. Your golden life is not a distant goal to achieve, but a state of being to inhabit, here and now. Abundance is already flowing. Your only task is to remove any barriers and simply allow it. Your transformation from seeker to source is complete when you realize that abundance isn't something you have, it's something you are. And when you radiate abundance from within, it naturally flows outward, blessing your life and the lives of everyone around you. I am the source, affirmation and embodying your golden life. To fully anchor this profound realization, commit to the following daily practice. Each morning, stand confidently and place your hand gently over your heart. Take a deep, calming breath, feeling your heart's powerful rhythm. Affirm aloud with clarity and conviction. I am the source. Abundance flows from within me, effortlessly and endlessly. I embody prosperity, joy, and ease. My golden life begins now. Throughout your day, consciously embody this affirmation. Walk, speak, and act from a place of deep knowing that abundance is your inherent nature, already present and fully accessible. Notice how the universe responds immediately, reflecting back your internal alignment in the form of synchronicities, opportunities, and manifestations of wealth. As you close this final chapter, remember, the journey to abundance never truly ends, it simply deepens. You are now fully equipped with the ancient wisdom and practical tools to live as the abundance you have always sought. Each day forward offers a fresh opportunity to embody your golden life more deeply, more authentically, and with ever-increasing joy. For you are no longer chasing prosperity. You are prosperity itself, forever flowing in harmony with the infinite abundance of the universe.